Right, it's working. Got to double check it's Angela's phone, man. It's all propped up and everything. Right, I'll just hide this out now. Right, freedom of information. So eventually, they've had to come back with something, yeah? So they're still trying to cover the backside. So this part, I'm not even going to read this part out, like, just waffling and all that. Basically, the general crack they're putting forward is, quite a few of these meetings, they haven't had notes taken, anything like that. So this is a public body, supposed to be accountable and transparent, and yet they're not even taking notes, supposing. Yeah, they'll let them, like, but they're saying they haven't. But look, the paperwork's here to show everything enough to hang these idiots, right? So this part here, I'll just read some of this quick, a bit of this. So I've got all this. So this is Dan Greenoff at 2016's now, in talking to people down there. It's community centre in Cahoots with, talking to, and housing, principal housing officer and that, we know who that is now, that, like, as well as others. So I'll just read the last bit out, which you might need to know here. So we'll go and follow the bit here. Right, so this is from someone blanked out, 2016, 6th of October, right, West Denton Plainfield. Hi, someone, And this is from the Principal Delivery Housing Officer. Really? As previously indicated, we are waiting the outcome of a bid to the HCA, which we expect to receive by the end of the year. However, the deliverability of the housing development is not dependent upon the availability of the grant funding. Given reasonable sale values in the area, once the Dunblane Crescent site is under construction early 2017, we will look to bring forward other sites in the area, including this site. I still need to undertake an open space assessment in the interim, but do not foresee any particular barriers to this site being developed for housing. On the basis that we look to procure a development partner within the next year, I would be reluctant to entertain any interim arrangement, even if in respect of part of the site, as this could prejudice future development. If we encourage active use and allow planting, then this is likely to be used in an objection to the future planning application for the housing development. We should maintain the space to a reasonable standard pending redevelopment in the interests of local amenity and to present a more attractive site to prospective purchasers. But I am thinking a few cuts a year rather than more regular cutting regime that would encourage more active use than currently. This is where they've said to keep what offered. We told you 2016, talking to the council, so the local Sport England guy in cahoots he's got to be, or if he's not been in cahoots, why didn't he pull him about them taking the goalposts down and stop cutting the grass and just cut strips? Purposely to keep off. So Sport England would have spoke up about that. So I believe Sport England are in cahoots with me now. But we'll see. Right, that's that part of it. There's more to come eventually, like, but look, they're home, man, they're home, sure. Right. And just put this was the 9th of December, yeah? Still waiting a reply from these two clowns here. So this is Angela over to Pam Smith. And I think she's blind copied that nugget in. Kipper Nick Kemp, of course, as we know, them that didn't know. Kipper, two-faced, no guts. What a liar you are, Nick Kemp. You're a blatant liar. You're caught out. New in the job, needs to be sacked. Few of them need to be sacked, so I'll read this, right? Dear Mrs. Smith and Councillor Kemp, I attach copies of emails I have recently received through the Freedom of Information request. These emails clearly state that Newcastle City Council deliberately did not want to cut the grass at West Denton Field. The Principal Housing Officer delivery says, if we encourage active use and allow planting, then this is likely to be used in objection to the future plan application for housing development. But I'm thinking a few cuts a year rather than a more regular cutting regime. That would encourage more active use than currently. In another email, it states that there is no maintenance programme in place, yet I was told time and time again that the maintenance programme that was put in place was because of budget constraints. Council officers have lied to me and to the residents, and you and every other council officer who has been involved in this development has been complicit in deceiving residents. Yeah, that's facts. Sport England have been deceived into thinking that this was a disused playing field, but it was not. It was used but it was not used because Newcastle Council have deliberately denied residents their right and ability to use the field. I will be writing to Sport England to inform them of this. This development needs to be stopped. Newcastle City Council have taken this field by fraudulent means. We, the residents, must see accountability. Yours sincerely, Hans Oliver, Vice Chairman of the West Denton Association. So, waiting to hear back. Be like his last one, he doesn't answer. Them are not answers. No answer is not an answer, yeah? They must come back. They're going to head these out with this, like. Big problems coming, we've heard the crack, yeah? So this here, evidence of Newcastle City Council lied to residents, yeah? Now this is the Dan Hollinsworth of the Chronicle, right? Now I will say this from me, not to be trusted, the Chronicle, the BBC and the rest. That's my thoughts. They put bits out but not the critical stuff at the time. So for us, or me, no one just contact me and this is what she's put there. No. Right. Dear Dan, hope you are well. I attach copies of these emails I have recently received through the Freedom of Information request. These emails clearly state that Newcastle City Council deliberately did not want to cut the grass at West Denton Field. The principal housing officer says it will encourage active use, allow planting, then this is likely to be used in an objection to the future planning application for housing development. But I'm thinking a few cuts a year rather than the more regular cutting regime. That would encourage more activity, more active use than currently. In another email, it states that there is no maintenance programme in place. Yet I was told time and time again, these are all in emails, yeah, from various liars down there, yeah, she's got them. In another mail, it states that maintenance programmes in place. I was told time and time again that the maintenance programme that was put in place was because of budget constraints. Council officers have lied to me and to residents, and every council officer who has been involved in the development has been complicit in deceiving residents. I have wrote to Pam Smith and Councillor Nick Kemp regarding this. This needs to be out in the public domain. How many other councils are doing the same thing and getting away with it? Councils need to be made accountable for their actions in deceiving residents and fraudulently taking playing fields away from the community. Yours, Hans Oliver. Right, so you know that thought. Right, I'm just going to hit these few little bits, like, so. Right, she's found out that the Chronicle have put a part in last night on the Thursday. She's putting it on the local networks and putting links on. And also the BBC, yeah. So they put so much out, but, you know, some of our strong words, they haven't quite put out, you know. So they need to get serious sometime soon, so we'll see, yeah. Right. So the Chronicles put them out, and the council have put a reply out, you know. And the council reply is utter garbage. They can't go anywhere, they're stuck, so they've just got to try to ignore it or just keep pumping the garbage out, but the paperwork's going to show it differently, yeah. So they're still being total clowns and idiots, even in public through the Chronicle and the BBC, yeah. Well, we'll see you, the Chronicle and the BBC, when this comes out, a proper investigation, you'll know, don't worry about that, and it'll prove these liars, right. So Angela's going to require a right to reply to the council, I think, through the media, and the media should accept this, but we're going to see whether they do or not. And we'll see if the media are serious about local issues, yeah, and corrupt, fraudulent practices. We'll see. They need to start putting some serious stuff out, like, and they need to quote Angela and me, and we'll take it on the chin, yeah. Right, the council. They've premeditated the fraudulent, the corrupt, the lie, the deceit, and the treat were all with disdain and contempt. They're not democratic, and an investigation will prove this 100%. Yeah, we've got it. You know this. You've heard it, a million times. Yeah. Right. When she was talking to Dan Greenoff on the phone, he phoned her. So when she contacted him with an email, 5 minutes later, she got an email, which was pretty quick, like, saying he'd talk about on Monday and all that, which he did. He come back and he spoke about it, and then he's put a piece out, like. A little bit of respect for that. But like I say, don't trust you. We'll see how serious you are soon now. So what he said to that was, well, other on the field, she says, yeah. He says, well, what are you after? What are you after? So I just said to the Chronicle, it needs to be out in the public domain, in jobs, and there's people in the jobs up the top, quite a number. They need to go. They need to be sacked. You can't fraudulent the public. Use them down there or a public body, people. We've all heard it when you talk to your man. You's now the lie. You's now the deceit. Brune envelopes, all the rest and all that. So, hey, we've got to catch them with it now and all that, and you's now this. But they just so happen to be caught out on this, and it's not going to die doing. It's got to go to investigation. Now, we're thinking this could be a way forward, and we think that could be through the Information Commissioner. And I think we're going to push doing that route first, and then we'll see what happens, because she looked into a little bit the other day on the phone. She popped in, just having a little dig at something, to kind of help herself. She said, she likes to look into stuff. And lo and behold, it come up about multiple councillors right throughout the country who are doing similar methods, fraudulent, and they're being caught out. And then, of course, because when it comes from the Information Commission, gets passed to somebody else and they get in, this is a bit big on some of them, like, because it involves the Secretary of State's inspector that was sent up. That you've heard in previous ones. So, yeah, we're going to see. She's going to put them down and we'll see what happens. But we intend to push for an investigation when that happens. The Labour Council are in massive trouble. And when she just was checking some of that stuff on the information, it was like this. So they have meetings and they're try to do it down there as well, without any sort of accountability, because they're saying there's no notes taken, they're not taking notes, they're not recording, and they're just trying to dismiss it as that. That can't be right. It can't be right, people. Right? Right, that's got to do. Yous all have a good time and all that, course, like we're all going to. And I'll be back. See you later.